This program consists almost entirely of film never before seen in public. In the silent days, Hollywood incinerators worked round the clock. And this is one reason why Chaplin's working methods are so little known. Like all filmmakers, he destroyed the film he didn't need, his outtakes, his rushes. And film that escaped the flames often destroyed itself. It could rot through chemical decomposition. Film which might be as revealing as the sketchbooks of a great artist. For Chaplin was a great artist. As far as the art of film is concerned, many consider him the greatest. Another clown, Grock, said of him, Chaplin gave our generation true insight into the heart of a clown. More than that, into the heart of all browbeaten humanity. But Chaplin was very secretive about the way he worked. Only once did he allow himself to be filmed in action, for a feature of 1923. And then only in brief shots like these, which gave nothing away. He was the silent filmmaker supreme. But he shrouded these early days in mystery to the end. Those films made under his control he carefully preserved, his classics, which have given us all some of our most precious memories. For this film, Chaplin did not own the copyright. Easy Street, made for Mutual in 1916. These early comedies Chaplin ignored. Many passed into other hands, copied and recopied until they were a strain to watch. This is how the original prints once looked. The photographic quality is sharp and clear, emphasizing the tragedy that so much has been lost. But by a miracle, some Chaplin outtakes have survived. Can after can of them from the period of the Mutual two-reelers. No one survives from the Mutual period, so the film in these cans must tell its own remarkable story, a kind of archaeology of the cinema. New York, 1916. Chaplin receives a bonus check from the president of the Mutual Film Corporation. His first year's salary, $670,000 plus the bonus. In return for becoming the highest paid entertainer in history, Chaplin has to produce 12 smash hit comedies. The first is The Floor Walker. Its subject, with typical Chaplin irony, is embezzlement on a grand scale. He gathers his stock company of cast and technicians. They will work on all the Mutuals. The heavy, Eric Campbell on the left. The heroine, Edna Purviance. Character man, Albert Austin. And Henry Bergman, who supported Chaplin in so many ways. Behind the camera, Rolly Totherow, who's been with Chaplin a year. Chaplin has come to depend on Totherow's camera eye as a kind of second director. Mutual built Chaplin a studio in Los Angeles. They call it the Lone Star Studio. Like other studios of the time, it's open to the elements. Muslin cloth diffuses the sunlight, but fails to keep out the wind. This first comedy was inspired by the big department stores that Chaplin had seen in New York. He reproduced one in his studio, but he still needed something to set his film apart. In New York, he had seen a man tumble from an escalator. Without knowing precisely how he would use it, he ordered his construction crew to install an escalator in his set. "I would build these sets without an idea in my head," Chaplin said. But once they were there, comic situations would develop. And one can watch them develop in his rushes. Rushes which have not been seen for nearly 70 years. The slate board provides a new number for every shot. Here at last is a key to unlock the secret of Chaplin's working methods. His rushes show brief but precious glimpses of Chaplin directing, of Chaplin improvising on the escalator, of the camera crew at work, of Chaplin relaxing between takes. The first revelation the rushes provide is that Chaplin rehearsed on film. Here he shoots a scene on his new prop which has only been roughly worked out. Having screened it, he reshoots it to quicken the action. In the film, the goods are going fast. The manager's going too. He's been embezzling along with the floor walker. In the ensuing mayhem, the escalator becomes the star of the film. As the great Max Sennett said, why the hell didn't we ever think of a running staircase? Props and sets were the springboard for all the Chaplin Mutual comedies.